Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry for the 3-week wait on uploads. I had to delete my Smash Bros video from a couple weeks ago, only because I just realized, there was a huge miscommunication with my opinion and the official tier list. Sorry for the shaky camera. I realized that connecting a casual opinion of a person like myself who fights level 9 CPUs to official tournaments, it just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, Sonic, to my casual opinion, might be a bad character, but I see why he's really good in tournaments. Like, he's, very good at camping, and some of his combos are actually pretty disgusting. So I get it, and I kind of wish I didn't delete the video. I could have just, kind of corrected it or something, and that's what caused our gap in uploads to be quite large. So for this video, we're going to be looking at upcoming Extreme Demons in Geometry Dash. Yes, we have another Geometry Dash video. I picked up 40 levels from all around, try to get a decent variety. Some really good we have masterpieces, we have underrated levels, and levels that are really bad. So it's not like, oh, number 40 is this level, even though it's at the bottom, it's still really good. I want to have some context for the list, so it's not all incredible levels, because there's a lot of upcoming levels that are not great. Before we get started on the list, I do have a couple of guidelines for this list. First off, if there's a level I can't place an accurate rating on, I'm just going to leave it out. For a level let's say, Death Corridor, where there's so many different versions, I don't know what the perfect rating should be. One of these might be a 7 out of 10. One of them might be a 4 out of 10. Then there's Aquamarine, which, where is that level even going? I mean, even if it gets verified, I doubt it's going to get rated, and if it does, that'll just be the weirdest thing ever. Is it going to get a redeco? I have no idea. It might even die up before then. And then there's a level like Thinking Space 2. I mean, Thinking Space is a pretty bad level, but the remake is pretty decent. So it's a good level, but is it really necessary that it gets a remake? And then you have the levels that have been verified before, but not rated. Take levels like Diabolic Clubstep, Void of Thought, Cannon Bay, The Nautical, and very recently Centipede. Outside of that, all 40 levels on this list I've chosen, again, as much variety as I can between levels that are really good and really bad, relevant levels, and some that are underrated. Other than that, we got 40 levels to look at for the list. Hope you guys enjoy. So I'm going to do this list in kind of a speedrun fashion, only going to pick apart the most important things of each level, whether good or bad or just okay. By the way, there's now 41 levels on the list. I recently found another one that should be on there. Starting off the list with Ashley Wave Trials. This is just dumb. I literally have nothing else to say about it. At number 40, we have Banshee. This level is just kind of boring and doesn't really have much going for it. What really brings it down is that apparently it's a sequel to Hard Machine. Did Hard Machine really need a sequel? Number 39, we have Sweeping Demon 2, the definition of a boring hell level. Listen, I think hell levels can be really good. I mean, we have the Apocalyptic Trilogy, we have Vehemence, and many other ones that use either realistic lava or just have good quality decoration. Then you have this generic mess, and it's on the same tier as a level like Crimson Planet or Arcturus. At number 38, we have Silent Helheim. This level is just kind of boring, and especially as a top 1, it would probably land on the same tier as a level like, I don't know, Stalemate Redux. What I'm trying to say is it's just kind of middle of the road. Nothing wrong with it, it just has a lot more potential to be better. At number 37, we have Epal Abyss. This level looks really good, and clocking in at just 31 seconds, making it one of the shortest upcoming Extreme Demons in the game. That honestly kind of contributes to its downfall of being just an okay level. But other than that, it looks great. I just kind of wish it was a little bit longer. At number 36, we have Disturb, which is a pretty okay Circles level. Kind of using more of that monochrome style. Not much to say about it, it's okay. At number 35, we have Corrupted Planet. This level on its own is pretty solid, but compared to Crimson Planet, it's a masterpiece. Using more of that purple style and having crazy wave gameplay. What I like about it is the quality and that one part where it kind of just pauses with the music. It's a really nice touch. At number 34, we have Anathema. This one was a really tough level to judge, but I'll kind of explain it in this way. Some of the parts look great, some of the parts are a little bit under on the quality, and some of the parts are over-decorated. It's not to an extent like a level like Spatial Rend or Glowy, but it is still kind of relevant in the level. On its own, Anathema is still a pretty solid level. At number 33, we have Vivisect. So a level that kind of branches off the Slaughterhouse style levels. This level does look better than Slaughterhouse. I don't really have a strong opinion on it. It's just pretty okay. At number 32, we have a Nemesis. This is supposed to be like the Bloodlust version of a Thanatos, like what Bloodlust is to Bloodbath. It's okay in terms of decoration, and at least it has a small extension, so it's kind of following the theme of Bloodbath and Bloodlust. But on its own, it's your pretty standard Hell level with pretty decent deco. At number 31, we have the Devil. For a 1.9 level, it actually has pretty solid decoration and how it's used. I would say this level is about as good as Tartarus or Acheron, so it's just pretty solid. But for 1.9 level, it's not bad. At number 30, we have a Zer Flare. Oh boy, the wasted potential with this one. This level needed to get a little bit of an overhaul for 2.2. What did it get? A couple of camera zoom-ins and a part where the level goes monochrome for a bit. Okay, outside of that rant, this level does still look pretty decent, but imagine what this level would have looked like redecorated. Because this is supposed to be like one of the hardest upcoming top ones, and if it keeps getting buffed, it might even be the hardest. So we want it to look really good. On its own though, minus those effects that it got in 2.2, it's a pretty decent level. At number 29, we have Antares. This is more of the Arcturus we should have got. Has much better quality on the decoration, and encapsulates the theme of Arcturus a lot better. And obviously, again, much more intense, around the same intensity of a level like Slaughterhouse. So while this might be kind of a pointless quote-unquote remaster of a level because, again, why Arcturus of all things, this is one of those levels that I wouldn't complain about getting rated. At number 28, we have Spectre. So this is like a remaster or a sequel to Zodiac. I don't have much opinions on Zodiac or even Spectre for that matter. The only way I can describe this level is it's basically Zodiac with more glow and it's a little bit longer, but it does look a lot better. At number 27, we have Injury. The only way I can describe this level is blue Slaughterhouse or blue Vivisect, but the shade of blue used for the level is really nice looking. I'm a big fan of the duel gameplay in this level because it's kind of unique. Just watching these duels is like, how do people do this? I'm not joking, like when I say that this level is harder than Slaughterhouse, and it's also half the length. So these duels must be like an absolute disgusting mess to play, but watching them, it's honestly kind of satisfying. Honestly, this is a level I wouldn't complain about getting rated despite it being only 36 seconds long because, let's be honest, those two duel parts just make up most of the difficulty. At number 26, we have Flashbang. One of the more recent levels I've seen. Honestly, it looks pretty solid. I don't have much to say about it, other than it has a good use of effects, and I do like the coloration of the level. At number 25, we have Heliopolis. The first half of the level is okay, but the second half really picks it up. You can see more of the abandoned city kind of style, and I like how there's all these random road signs everywhere, with my favorite one being the speed limit 0.5, because, you know, the whole level is in half speed. Just a nice little touch. At number 24, we have Antarctic Lights. I had no idea that this level even existed up until now. If it's supposed to be a sequel to Arctic Lights, they did a really good job. Taking the same kind of circles effect, but making it a little bit brighter. Picking Arctic Lights to get a sequel, honestly, was a decent pick. At number 23, we have the Plunge, which this level has more use of the 2.2 effects, and they're used very well in this level. Not only with that, but the decoration is amazing. The only thing, and this is basically the same thing as Epal Abyss, I just wish this level was a little bit longer. At number 22, we have Flame Wall, another level that kind of uses more of the 1.9 style, and this level is really intense. Being close to 7 minutes in length with list-worthy gameplay, and a really good build-up all the way until the end. At number 21, we have Saras Cavern. In terms of like a Crystal Circles level mixed with the Hell Circles level theme, it turned out really well. I've only seen the older version of this level, and I already thought it looked pretty decent from there, but the full version not only has good decoration, but also a very good use of effects. At number 20, we have Fracture. Honestly, another level I might have underrated. Some of the parts look very similar to that of Aerial Gleam if it was more of like a dark purple color, and honestly, it works very well. In the future, this level might grow on me a little bit more. It might be somewhere around like top 10 or top 15 on my list. But other than that, like Saras Cavern, another underrated Circles level. At number 19, we have a Turnis. I have a lot to say about this level, but let me explain. This level might be limited by it being a 1.9 level, but it manages to look good as most of these 2.1 levels or 2.2 levels. As a final boss level, and a level that's trying to be like the next Silent Club set being verified in like at least another 5 years, it works very well. Some people think that this level should be a little bit longer, and I agreed to that to some extent, but even at its length of 1 minute and 14 seconds, the gameplay it has is pretty much unmatched. I don't even think Injury matches this level. On its own, I'd say Turnis is still a really good level, but it's definitely a massive improvement over Tartarus and Acheron. At number 18, we have Orbit, one of Minecraft's more underrated levels. I remember seeing the layout of this level and being completely mesmerized by all the effects. And I was like, I can't wait to see this fully decorated. And here it is, and it looks about as awesome as I was expecting it to be. Pretty much every part is amazing. There's no part that really misses, and also every click in this level is an orb, hence the name Orbit, and I think that's a really cool idea. And the use of the orb effects and also the way the orbs move, it's just mesmerizing. At number 17, we have Eternal Night. I'm going to be basing this off the current version we have right now because this level is undergoing a redecoration process. And as of right now, the first 5% is redecorated, and it does look pretty solid. As of now, it still looks really good, and the way it flows. It's just something else. What I do like about it is the cutscenes. All the cutscenes look great. The way each part is connected together, yeah, they all look very similar with just different colors, but honestly, with a level as good as this, it really doesn't matter that much. With the level already looking this good, I can't even imagine how good the redeco is going to look. I just really hope the layout of the level stays the same because it's really good otherwise. At number 16, we have the Amethyst. In terms of decoration, it needs no introduction. It looks really good. And really branching off the style that the Golden had, but more vibrant. The Golden was more of like that gloomy style and had a really good atmosphere. This has the same thing, but with a more vibrant color scheme, having a very nice shade of purple. And that last wave part just looks amazing. While the end screen is a little bit long, again, I'm not going to really complain about it. At number 15, we have Silent Acropolis. Take an old Impossible level and make it into like a haunted castle theme. What's even better though is that this level is pretty much completely unnerfed. That adds some points to the level being like, oh, this level was technically impossible back in the day, but technically possible today. So you know what? Let's leave the level completely unnerfed, and we can have a verification of unnerfed Silent Acropolis with really good decoration. I think that's a really good way of taking on this level. Not to mention, the haunted castle theme just really suits Acropolis in general. At number 14, we have Waterfall. This is just a really good level. I remember seeing some parts of the layout and then like small decorated parts, and to where it's at now, each part looks amazing. At number 13, we have Scattered Faith. What I didn't know about this level is that it actually had a connection with Galaxy Collapse. Outside of that though, this whole level is a lot better than I ever expected it to be, especially this one part I'm showing on screen right now. This is definitely the highlight for me. Now that I mention it, watching that part again, it really does flow like Galaxy Collapse, and I can definitely see the connection there. Alright, some people are going to have a lot of mixed opinions with this one. At number 12, we have Adromelech. I'm basing this off of the decorated parts I've seen, and I think the decorated parts actually look really good. I was expecting, because this was supposed to be like the end of Geometry Dash, or like the hardest upcoming top one in the game, I thought this level was going to look like garbage. But based off the parts I've seen, for some reason, I got attached to it. I don't know why, some of the parts look great. And then there's this one part I'm going to show on screen with, there's like a castle in the background. It has been a long time with this level, but the fact that around half the level is decorated up in this quality, it's shocking. At number 11, we have Cosmos Unleashed. While people say this level is an unnecessary remake because Cosmos is already a really good level, I can agree to some extent, but let's be honest, Cosmos Unleashed is also just a really kick-ass level. While the level is mostly just monochrome, the quality of the level has been bumped up to 11. You know what? Screw it. 12. Look at how much effects there are in this level, especially in the wave parts with all the black holes in the background, the static on the screen, and even the ending has a really good atmosphere. And also, that beginning where the black hole gets revealed and there's like this flash of white light, just something about it is amazing. I won't be shocked if this level does get rated, it's probably going to get a legendary feature. At number 10, we have Blood Swamps. Like Adromelech, only around half or maybe a third of the level is decorated, but based off what we have now, yeah, this level has major potential to be, I would say, might even enter my top 5 favorites when it's fully decorated. As of right now, though, it sits comfortably at number 10 with a solid rating. At number 9, we have Dark Dimension, so a sequel to Black Blizzard. This level turned out really well for what we have now. I think about 90% of the level is decorated, unless it has been fully decorated now. But currently, I didn't expect it to look this good. Taking a classic extreme demon like Black Blizzard and bumping up the quality to this level was a really good choice. At number 8, we have Sonic Wave Eternity. This was the level I stuck into the list last second because I thought it deserved to be here. This is by far the best Sonic Wave remake I've ever seen. We have levels like Sonic Wave Rebirth, Auditory Breaker, Sonic Wave Unlimited, which is an insane demon. This is honestly the one that stands out the most as the best, and probably the legendary feature Sonic Wave Remake. The creator of the level, also the verifier of the level, Yo Friday Gamer, he wanted this level to be the best it can be because it supposedly represents his girlfriend. And honestly, that's really sweet. I'm gonna say he did a damn good job on this level. Like, there's not a single bad part I can really recall in here. The wave parts, they're just something else. And what I really like about this, it's the unnerfed version of Sonic Wave Infinity. Good luck to Yo Friday Gamer on the verification. Please, if there is a Sonic Wave remake that needs to get rated, please, for the love of God, make it this one. At number 7, we have Grief, the proper recreation of the old Slaughterhouse. Encapsulates the theme pretty much to a T with crazy wave gameplay and even some callbacks to the original level. What I really like about it is not only the decoration, not only the quality of it, but the fact that the level is the entire song. So the level is almost 3 minutes in length of just brutal wave gameplay. While some people don't like it all that much because it's mostly wave gameplay, that is technically what the old Slaughterhouse was. I do see what people are saying though, that's probably why I did rate it a little bit lower on the list, but other than that, I still really like it. At number 6, we have Ascension to Heaven. I mean, come on, this is a fan favorite across the entire community, and I can definitely see why. And also, it's really unique. I mean, we don't really have a Heaven-themed top 1. And no, the old level, Heaven and Hell, doesn't count. With what we have in terms of the level being decorated, which is, I guess, around, I don't know, a rough estimate, 40% of the level is decorated, maybe a little more. It looks amazing. And people are saying that this might be a mythic-rated extreme demon, and I wouldn't complain if it was. This level truly deserves to be mythic featured. At number 5, we have Ton 618. Just based off the parts that we have right now, this level has insane potential. You have the beginning, which looks incredible with the bright orange, this monochrome part with crazy effects, and then this part in the drop, which goes absolutely buck wild. Maybe even a little too crazy on the decoration, but let's be honest, it's based off a black hole, so all the debris flying around at very fast speeds, and of course the level's gonna abuse 4x speed portals because, let's be honest, if it wasn't in 4x speed, this level wouldn't be nearly as good. At number 4, we have Vehemence. What a shocker to see this one very high up on the list, eh? Let's be honest, this is another fan favorite by the entire community. Being based off the Terraria Calamity mod, which I don't know much about, I don't play Terraria, but just the theming of the level and the atmosphere is unmatched. You know, a level is good when its atmosphere matches that of a level like the Golden. What I'm trying to say is the Golden really encapsulates its theme, while Vehemence does the same with its theme as well. I like how the boss has like little dialogue parts. It's kind of cool, like kind of in the bottom left part of the screen. And pretty much every part of the level is amazing. There's not a single bad part in this level. At number 3, we have the Apocalyptic Trilogy. Here is another level that just needs absolutely no introduction. This is the level that popularized the realistic lava decoration, and it uses it very well throughout the entire level. And if it really was nerfed to make it more fun to play, I completely understand. And hey, at least it's still harder than Bloodlust, right? If this level is still even connected to Bloodlust, because it's after Catabath redecorated to perfection. So I wouldn't really associate this level with Bloodbath and Bloodlust. It's more of just like connecting Cataclysm, Bloodbath, and Aftermath all together, bringing Aftermath and again, remaking it into a masterpiece. Now enough with the level on its difficulty, let's just be honest. Every part of this level is great. Again, some parts not as good, but there's not a single bad part in this level. Speaking of Bloodlust, Bloodlust has remained my favorite extreme demon of all time. Is this better than Bloodlust? I'm not too sure. Bloodlust has more of the nostalgia feeling to it, while this is more of like the modern stuff. Maybe in a few years this level will grow on me as well, and maybe it will be better. But even if it's not better than Bloodlust, it's right below it. At number 2, we have Galaxy Collapse. There's nothing much to say with this. This level is criminally underrated. I first saw the layout of this level thinking this was like the craziest top one of all time. Some parts being decorated and already thinking, oh, this level's perfection. Apparently some of the parts got redecorated. The beginning has like better quality, but that's not even the highlight. It's the second drop of the level. My God, this is one of the best things ever. Again, like I said with Scattered Faith, it has like a really good use of like bright decoration, very vibrant colors, and again, it's very intense. I mean, the level's literally called Galaxy Collapse, so it's gonna, I would assume it'd be very intense. I don't know where this level would place on the demon list today. I don't even know if it's still a top 1. But speaking of number 1 on this list, this was going to be number 1, but this last level I couldn't resist adding because, let's be honest, it's just a classic. While Galaxy Collapse is great, and then you have the levels like the Apocalyptic Trilogy, those 2 levels are amazing, and then Vehemence is like right below those 2. These 3 levels are unmatched to number 1 on this list. And finally, at number 1, Orochi. Now, I understand this level is only 30% decorated or redecorated, but to be honest, with the history that this level had being the next big thing after Bloodlust, it just has that legendary status that Bloodlust has. And like I said, Bloodlust still being my favorite extreme demon, this might be one of the only levels that could top it. I will admit, yeah, there's still the 2.0 parts of the level, and then you have Zephyrox's part, which still looks really good today. I can't even imagine what this level is going to look like fully redecorated with the 2.1 or the late 2.1 graphics. I might be judging this level too early, giving it a 10 out of 10, but let's be honest, just based off the beginning, it's so far a 10 out of 10. It might drop as soon as the other parts are redecorated. Maybe it's not as good as I expect it to be, but let's be honest, this is just the beginning for Orochi. I imagine this level is going to be one of the best masterpieces in the game. The only thing I can really hope for this level, yeah, is for it to be perfected in decoration, but I really hope this level is as hyped up as Bloodlust, because this is truly a level that deserves it. Yeah, it's because it's by the same creator, but let's be honest, with the legendary status that Orochi has, it's really hard to top this. And there we have it, guys. My opinion on 40 of the many upcoming Extreme Demons in Geometry Dash. Before we go for this video, I got a little bit of stuff to unpack. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. For Pokemon cards, well, we got a video coming up in a couple of days at most. We got the Shrouded Fable products coming out. Got like the Greninja box, the Kingdra box. It's going to be really cool. And we're also going to BC in like 3 weeks. Maybe, I think, somewhere around the number, 2 to 3 weeks. I got about 14 work days left, so probably around, yeah, the 2.5 week mark. And obviously, we're going to be doing more videos for the Tornado Boy 1 World Tour, which is a little series that I like to make 6 years ago. This was 6 years ago. I just called it. It's not really a world tour. Just a little fancy name. And maybe eventually if we go to Italy or some stuff like that, because we had an Italy trip planned a few years ago. This was before COVID even happened. And obviously the whole thing went straight to the ditch because of it. For the trip to Vancouver, I'm going to have a whole update video come out in maybe like a week or so, explaining it in a little bit more detail, because for now, the outro is going to be way too long if I explain it all. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.